Please, Mercutio, let's go home. The capitalists are about this hall.
You're one of those fellows, whenever he goes in the bar, puts his sword up on the table and says, I hope I don't have to use this, but after a few drinks, you always want to fight everybody.
Am I really like that?
Come on, you're as hot-headed as any fellow in Italy. You're moody to be moved, and moved to be moody.
And to what?
No, if there was two such fellows, we would have none shortly, because one would kill the other. You fight with a man who has more or less hair in your beard than you have. You will fight with a man for cracking nuts, have no other reason because you have hazel eyes. What eye color is such as an eye, you would not seek out a fight. Your head is so full of fights as an egg is full of meat. Your head has been beaten with rotten eggs for fighting. You have fought a man for coughing in the street because he woke a sleeping dog, and you don't fall out of you fight the tailor for wearing his new suit before Easter, and fight another tailor for wearing his new shoes with old blue silk ribbons. And you will teach me to fight?
If I were so easy to fight as you were, any man should buy an inherited estate of my life for an hour and a quarter.
Oh, an inherited estate. How honest.
By my head, here comes the capitalist.
Oh, by my heels, I care not.
I knew you were trouble when you walked in.
Gentlemen, good evening. Can I have a word with one of you bros?
Only a word? Couple of something. How about a word and a blow?
You shall find me easy enough for that, bro. If you let me take a stab at it.
Couldn't you take some opportunity without giving one?
Mercutio, you hang out with Romeo?
Hang out. What do you make us musicians? You make us musicians look at us to hear nothing but noise? Here's what will make you dance.
We're here in a public place. Shouldn't we take this private? I mean, everyone's looking at us.
Later, bros. Romeo's here.
I'll be hanged, sir, if he puts up with your insults. By Mary, go before him into the field. He'll be your follower, your honor. In that sense, you may call him a man.
Romeo, the way I feel about you gives me every right to call you a villain.
I'm not a villain, though. The right that I have to love you does not excuse the rage that I feel. So you know what? Farewell.
Romeo, this walking away shall not excuse the injuries you have done to me.
I protest. I love you better than you ever could imagine. And until you know that, you have a Capulet name which I respect as much as my own. So be satisfied.
Tybalt, rat catcher, will you walk away?
What problems do we have?
Good king of cats, nothing but one of your 9 lives that I have intend to be bold beside. And you, as you use your hereafter, severely beat the rest of your 8 lives after you. Will you pluck your weapon out against its holster and its handle? Hurry up, for fear my weapon, will be about your ears before you get yours.
I'm right here.
Whoa, put down your weapon.
Come on, let's fight.
Benvolio, make them put down their weapons. Control their anger. Tybalt, Mercutio, the prince has expressly forbidden fighting in Verona streets. Hold, Tybalt.
I am hurt. A plague on both your houses.
What, are you hurt?
Yes, a scratch, but it is enough. Go, villain, get a doctor.
Surely it can't be much. Really.
No, it's not as deep as a well or as wide as a church door, but it's enough. It will do. Ask Marina tomorrow, and I will be dead. I am no longer guaranteed for this world. A plague on both your houses. A dog, a rat, a cat, a mouse to scratch the man to death. A rogue, a villain. These fights of the Book of Elman. Why? Why did you come between us? I was hurt under your arms.
I thought it was all for the best.
Help me in some house, Benvolio, or I shall faint. A plague on both your houses. They have made worm's meat of me. I had it too soundly. Your houses.
His gentleman, the Prince's Alley, my very friend, has gotten the fatal wound. On my behalf, my reputation is snared by Tybalt's slayer. Tybalt has been my kinsman of an hour. So, oh, sweet Juliet, your beauty timed me into a woman, and my temper softened bravely a sword's wound.
Romeo, brave Mercutio is dead.
Get him down, come on. This day's black fate depends on those that follow. This murder only begins the sorrow that others must end.
Hey, look, Romeo, here comes Tybalt.
Alive in triumph, and Mercutio slain. Gentleness go away to heaven, and fair-eyed fury my guide down. Now that Tybalt, take back again that word you said, villain. You just gave me a favor for Mercutio's soul. It is only a little way above our heads. Waiting to yours keep me in company. Either you or I or both of us must go with him.
You wretched boy that hung out with him here.
This fight shall determine that. Whoa. Oh, nice shot. Oh, what have I done? I'm fortune's fool.
Romeo, leave, get out of here.
To which way did Mercutio's killer run? Tybalt, I murdered thee.
There lies that Tybalt slain.
Come on, sir, go with me. I charge you in the prince's name to obey.
Where are the wicked beginners of this fight?
Tybalt here killed was slain by Romeo's hand. Romeo spoke nicely to him and asked him to consider how silly the fight was, and in addition advised him of highly displeasure. All these things uttered with a gentle breath, calm look, and knees humbly bent, could not stop fighting with Tybalt's violent whim. He was deaf to the piece, but then he rushes with a piercing weapon at bold Mercutio's breast, who's as angry as Tybalt, returns a deadly blow point to point, and with a warlike grin, one hand beats cold death aside, and the other send it back to Tybalt, whose mental skills returns it. Romeo cries aloud, "Stop fighting!" And swift to his words, his agile arm beats down their fatal maneuvers, and between them rushes underneath, whose arm and a jealous shot from Tybalt took the life of the stout Mercutio, and Tybalt fled. But by and by, here comes Romeo back, who had only now thought about getting revenge, and they go it like lightning, because before I could draw and to separate them, stout Tybalt was shot and killed. And as he fell, Romeo turned and fled. This is the truth, or let Benvolio die.
Romeo killed him, he killed Mercutio. Who now owes the price of his dear blood? And for that offense, we immediately exile him from here. I have an interest in your hate's proceedings. My blood for your rude brawls lies there bleeding. But I'll punish you with so strong a fine that you shall all repent my loss. I will be deaf to pleading and excuses, nor shall tears or prayers buy your way out. Therefore, use none. Let Romeo go quickly away from here. Or else, when he is found, that hour is his last. Bear this body away, and wait for my instructions. Mercy only murders us, pardoning those that kill.
Move to be moody.
And to what?
No, there is not. I can't do that. That's a look.
Cut
Okay.
it.
You I can't say that.
It's okay. No, it's right.
So full of fights as an egg is full of meat, and yet you've ever been beaten. Stop laughing about this.
I love you better than you ever could imagine. Until you know that, Tybalt, you're What are you doing?
I'm right.
Shield over him.
Alright, hey, Sam, on the ground. My name's Mercutio, and this is
recording
Jackass.
now. Where are the wicked beginners of this fight?
Okay, I don't know my lines.
Ready?